Ah, yes, World of Warcraft. A game loved by many, surely, and a game that has touched all or a majority of the people who watch this channel. Now, I would like to start by saying one thing. I, by no means, hate World of Warcraft. I feel like it is a revolutionary MMORPG and one that should be respected throughout the community. But lately, it has come to my attention that WoW has been falling apart. Now, unlike most high grade YouTubers that play World of Warcraft, I don't feel WoW is dying, and I feel like most of them feel like WoW is dying for the sole reason that their enjoyment of WoW is dying. Maybe because they decided to ruin a game by using it or trying to use it as a career almost, instead of a hobby, something that should be enjoyed like a game. Instead, they tried to turn it into something that you have to work for, something that you have to make videos for, but that's besides the point. In today's episode, which is, hypocrisy in the making, this is episode 2, of course, we will be talking about private servers and my views on private servers and private servers that I personally use. Now, I've been using a private server for a while now, and it's called Warmain. I feel like Warmain is a pretty decent private server. It's one of the best that I'd have to say. The only issue that I have with it is the 20 times experience bonus. Now, if none of you have played Warmain, you probably think that sounds really bad, and for people who play Warmain in the beginning, it does sound really bad. Now, Warmain is a private server. Get that right. Warmain can make up its own rules. Warmain can have its own content. Warmain is not contractually obliged to follow Blizzard standards. Now, that is where things start getting good. Warmain has a few servers. They have the Wrath of the Lich King server. Pretty sure they have a Burning Crusade server. They have a Cataclysm server, and they have a Pandaren or Mr. Pandaria server. I don't know about Draenor. I don't know who would want to play Draenor, but that is besides the point. Now, I mostly play on the Wrath of the Lich King server, but I do have many high-leveled characters, or toons as people like to call them, on the Pandarian server. Now, people say 20 times experience, it gets rid of the whole point of playing the game. It gets rid of the fun. It gets rid of just any enjoyment. And I highly disagree. The 20 times experience bonus it's not meant to have a Blizz-like experience. I feel like it's used as people who want to solo raids or solo dungeons, besides people who feel like they should, quest. Now, many people, specifically me, love soloing raids, love the guild aspect, don't really enjoy PvP, more of a PvE person. Now, this can cause quite an issue for other players because, of course, some players like PvP. I don't really get the appeal, feel like it's kind of redundant, and of course some people love PvE, specifically me. Now, in the beginning, you level up with about 2 quests, right? And creeps will pretty much give you maybe 15% of your life bar. Not life bar, experience bar. Now, in the beginning, it is very fast, unlike in Blizzard's game, unlike in Blizz-like servers, where you have to, it almost is repetitive to level up. It's painful. Now, that's what Warmain gets right. Nobody wants to be sitting in one leveling area for too long, but nobody wants to be there too quickly. Unlike Deadwind Pass with the 4 quests that it offers. But no, in Warmain, you spend around 30-45 minutes in each questing area, and low levels up until around level 30. Now, at level 30, things start calming down. It's harder to level up. You have to take longer. So at level 30, you start spending maybe an hour or 2 in each questing zone, depending on how big it is. Now, by level 50, it's taking you about an hour or 2 to level up each, or at least in Blizz. So, at this point, you spend around still 2.5 hours to 3 hours in each leveling area. By level 70, in Blizz-like servers, it is horrible to level. You level super slow, you don't enjoy it, repetitive. The only perks are in that you're in Northwind, the best place in WoW. Or in Azeroth, for that matter. Now, this is where Warmane is great. You have to take time now because you're a higher level with higher experience. So at this point, you're spending probably around 3 to 4 hours in each leveling zone, and you probably gain 3 levels per leveling zone. So, it really, it's for people who like the later levels. It's people who like raiding, dungeoning, PvPing. It's not people who like sitting for 5 hours in one PvE area just so they can get a single level or get an item. And I personally hate this, even though I love PvE. I think it's something very good that are very cool to zone out to. Now, with private servers in general, I come across a common issue. A lot of bugs. A lot of bugs. Bugs everywhere. It's horrible. They have a bug infestation. Servers are infested, right? Glitches are everywhere. Quests don't work, etc. Now, with Warmane, this is very true for Mr. Pandaria. This is somewhat true for Lich King, but this is not true to what I have seen in Cataclysm. Now, most people hate Cataclysm. They think Cataclysm is the bane of the World of Warcraft, and I can agree with that. I personally did not enjoy Cataclysm, but I like Cataclysm a lot more than I liked Pandaria or Draenei. How do you pronounce it? Okay, Blizzard. Yeah, just stop naming your expansions after lore. Just give up on that. So anyway, I sure as hell liked it a lot more than the most recent, expansions. So, I feel like if you have to play a private server, play Warmane. Don't play Heroes. Heroes, you go around for however long with your, Walrus class or whatever it is, Walrus race, just going into a farm, literally rows of enemy, and you just auto attack them. You just attack them, and you level up. Now, some people might find that fun, and by all means, if you do, go ahead, play the server. But I feel like I enjoy regular WoW. Not the experience part, but the community part. And that's where Warmane I also think thrives. They have a very wonderful forum, and they have a point system. If you log in every day, you get 10 points. I think it's around 110 points, or 10 days of straight activity to get a mount, to get a weapon, something along the sort, which I think is very balanced. Because if you think about it, that's something that Blizzard should implement. You're rewarded for logging in, you're rewarded for playing the game, at least in the simplest terms. Now, there's mounts, there's weapons, there's armor, and don't get me wrong, most people think, well, that's cheating. Well, trust me, you're going to spend 5 or 6 days trying to get that legendary mount anyway. So might as well just log in for 6 days straight and get the mount, right? Now, of course, you could probably get the mount by farming it out, and some people enjoy that. I personally do not. But also, with a lot of private servers, I feel that, or I see that the community is kind of, I guess you could say, closed off or irrelevant. Now, some servers that I've played are the Firestorm servers. I've played another server, I can't remember the name, but that's been an issue. There's not much of a community, quests are bugged, leveling is painful, but that's where Warmane thrives. Warmane has a wonderful community. Warmane has servers that are 20 times bonus experience and some servers that are not. Has the Wrath of the Lich King server. And I loved Lich King, but honestly, going back to Lich King, you don't get the same feel. And I feel like Blizzard honestly has a point there when they're talking about legacy servers. Everybody says that they loved Lich King, and trust me, everybody did. But really, if you go back to it, you don't have fun, because you're used to going back, and you're used to just getting your spells rapidly and not having to go to a trainer. You're used to just queuing up. You're not used to sitting in Orgrimmar now for 3 hours looking for a tank or looking for a healer. It's kind of, it's odd, because it's kind of like, old things are better left being old, if that makes sense. Don't come back to things that you have enjoyed. You'll ruin it just by trying to have that experience again. And I honestly pressure you guys to not do that. Please don't go back in the Wrath of the Lich King servers and think that you're going to have as much fun as you did when they first came out, because honestly, you're not. And most people don't like Cataclysm, but please understand, Cataclysm is much more relevant to what people are used to. It's much more relevant to what people are now playing. You still have to go to your trainer to get abilities. You still have to pay for them. They got rid of the arrow mechanics. They got rid of the bullets. But all in all, it's still good. You can hate Cataclysm for anything, but it's still a step up from Pandaria. It's still a step up from Draenor, Draenei, Draenor, the Iron Horde. We're just gonna call it the Iron Horde. It's still a step up from the Iron Horde. So honestly, I urge you guys to play Warmane, especially if you're playing Blizz like WoW now. Although Blizz like WoW, it does not have a lot of patches, or it is constantly updated, and Blizz WoW has more players on it, and Blizz WoW doesn't really, have a lot of issues or bugs. I feel like you're gonna have a much better time on Warmane and on private servers in general. Unless you have family members who play Blizz like, then by all means, please play Blizz like. But I feel like lately, the only really way to enjoy WoW anymore, in my opinion, is to play Blizz like, or non-Blizz like servers, to play private servers, legacy servers, whatever you want to call it. And with the recent expulsion of the Vanilla WoW server, Nostralius, I feel like this is an even more calling sign to go on those legacy servers and play them like you would play Blizz like WoW. Because soon, the Middle Eastern dictatorship that is Blizzard will come back for all of these legacy servers, and they will try to get them shut down. And if you wanted to play Wrath of the Lich King, you'll never get to do it again. So please, as a final, to clean up this shitty video, I would like to finish off by saying, please at least look into private servers. Look into them. I feel like you're going to have a blast playing them. I honestly do. And please, don't go back in the private servers, and don't complain on the forums on the World of Warcraft forums that Blizzard host. It's redundant. You know they're not going to do anything. Why would they? They are in it for the money. They're not in it to sue their I guess you could say please their customers anymore. And although yes, Blizzard has a very nice customer service, and they are surely great people, you can really see that they're starting to become money hogs now, and most people can't understand where they're coming with this, especially with the coins where you can buy them for gold and etc. But if you honestly see it, they're pumping out these DLCs not to please people, but they get the people to resubscribe for 3 months, so they get all that nice revenue, right? You can honestly see that, and people hate to hear that, especially with Overwatch just coming out. Now, Blizzard, I would like to say, is still a great company. They're still out there for their fans, but not in World of Warcraft. They're out there for their fans in StarCraft. They're out there for their fans in really anything, but World of Warcraft has been lately kind of shoved into the corner. Now, I would like to say thank you for watching. This is a relatively short video. I hope to get more content out later on in the week, but this is kind of a follow-up to Hypocrisy in the Making, episode 1, where we talked about World of Warcraft, where's it going. And if you do watch the video, I apologize for the squeaky metal chair. I have quickly got rid of that, and I am now sitting on a comfy, nice chair that does not squeak because it is not made out of metal. Again, thank you for watching this, and have a great day. This has been Sean from Hypocrisy in the Making, and again, thank you for watching.